Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here, back with reading the My Hero Academia manga. This is chapter 423 on the TCB website, the unofficial translations. Sorry for getting this out late. These came out later last night. I was kind of already dozing off, and I was like, I don't really think I should record this chapter right now. So I waited till the morning, and here I am. So where do I begin with this? First of all, nothing's been spoiled for me at all in this chapter. The only thing I know is that whatever happens in this has divided people fiercely. Which is both interesting and a little scary because I don't know, I can't remember the last chapter. I guess the last chapter that was like really tore people apart was probably like Bakugo's death or something. So I'm extremely curious to figure out what this chapter has in store. As to what I think it could be, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's the whole thing with like, oh, Deku's now like quirkless or something, like after the punch that he delivered. I don't know. Last chapter was amazing, by the way. Arguably the best chapter of the entire series. Which, by the way, before we dive in, just want to say thank you guys. I'll say this again for the rest of these videos, but for tuning in, reading with me. We don't have many chapters left. I'm pretty sure that the supposed rumor is they want to end on a volume, like a total volume length. So that means we have another like 11 chapters after this. So, I mean, who knows? It could be anything could happen, really. But I mean, we're definitely near the end. So, yeah. Without further ado, with an open mind, disregarding all that stuff, I'm gonna do what I always do: go in, read the chapter, give my honest thoughts, regardless of outside input. So, chapter 423. Let's dive on in. Okay. An attack pushed through as we see. Oh, nice. We get a pan back shot of Deku hitting All For One. All For One has this gigantic. I don't even know what you'd call this. It's like an amalgamation of tentacles and spikes, and it's just a giant mass. An attack pushed through. Chapter 423. One for all versus All For One. That. Oh my god, that's a big title. Everything we've been hearing so far is this is the like ultimate, the final climax, as it was reported. So, okay. So Deku with his fist right in All For One's like chest. Why didn't I notice this strange feeling that this ragged body isn't using super regeneration? Oh. Could he? No. So this is All For One thinking. They had to be planning this, as we get a shot of various other heroes kind of scattered around the battlefield. Okay. Whoa, we get a shot of all the students and other heroes, like kind of like their aura, like behind Deku. I'll just go ahead and say them all. We got Mina, Ojiro, Shoji, Kirishima, Rikuta Sato, Tetsu, Kendo, Sero, Aoyama, Denki, Momo, Jiro, Ida, Hagakure, Frappi, Mineta, Mr. Snipe. The hell? Mr. Snipe does nothing the entire series, and he gets to be included in this. We get Ryukyu. About to say, is he the only pro hero here? No, we get Ryukyu. So there's two. Abara. Why is Mr. Snipe there? That makes no sense, but whatever. Basically showing all of their and it's showing the danger sense lines connected to all of them, like piercing through with Deku punch here. They're not very individually, they're not very threatening. Yet their animosity converged to overwhelm me, dulling my senses. Okay, so he basically saying that every other hero, like, they're not that threatening, but their combined effort masked his danger sense, I guess. That's pretty cool. And we get more mina, so that's obviously a good thing. Okay. When Yoichi and the others struck me that time, I didn't just feel it in my soul, but also in my body. Oh, and it's showing his whole hand like bleeding. We're cutting back to Deku and All Might on the beach. What? Your limp doodle body isn't ready for it. Your limbs would pop right off. Oh shit. Wow, what a callback. Over the past 2 years, I've strengthened what I've got from the 8th, shouts Deku. It's the crystallization of the power of 9 people. Is that what's making him fall apart? Like the just like the fact that all that power got shoved into him? This body was also crumbling. Holy shit! He's just falling apart. He's like disintegrating. So Deku fist released from his gut, from All For One's gut, and then you just see All For One just like half of his body is just like being Thanos. This body was also crumbling apart. What the? Is he? I'm trying to think like why people are mad about this chapter. I'm like, does All For One die right now? Okay, so we're getting a shot of, again, another shot of all the heroes, kind of like a pan back. That is cool. That is like a really, like, you see the large battlefield and like this mountain in the distance almost, and the top is like glowing. That's where Deku punched him. His quirks are vanishing. Did Midoriya finish him? Says Kirishima. Holy shit, yeah, he's straight up disappearing. He's like half gone already. Not yet, he shouts. Whoa. He's using his quirks to forcibly stop the crumbling, Deku thinks. All For One says nothing has been finished yet. No one will be taking anything from me. So he's like, so he was disintegrating and he straight up was like hobbled himself together with his quirks. He's like, I'm not leaving. Dude, he's legitimately on the verge. Like that, this is crazy. Only my dream will come true, he shouts. No one, nothing will be inherited or passed down. There's only one Demon King, he says. Deku thinks, that's right, just need to keep repeating. Oh no, All For One thinks this. That's right, I just need to keep repeating, just like I did with that foolish Tomura. Midoriya is now quirkless. I mean, we kind of knew that, but like it's kind of weird. It's weird hearing someone say that. Midoriya is now quirkless. I can use him or anyone else. And he starts looking. I just have to transfer them my All For One quirk and take their body. Oh no. Oh shit. You better not like take anyone. Like, oh my god, that's like disgusting to think about. Like this dying evil guy. He can just. What if he transfers it to Deku? Wouldn't that be something crazy? Just takes over Deku and Deku's like the evil they have to fight. Nah, there's no way. I think people would like that would have been spoiled for me if that was the case, because that would like kill the series. Let's see. I just have to transfer them my All For One quirk and take their body. My vessel, he shouts. Stop this, All For One. Deku gears up for another punch. Midoriya, shouts Aizawa. And we see Kurogiri / Shirakumo getting up. What's he about to do? Oh, and we see Shirakumo's like eye like appearing, and he's looking at Deku flying at All For One. Shota Yamada, he says. I'm sorry. I have to go. And we see a shot of we see a shot of Kurogiri and Shigaraki back in his younger days. He had all the hands on him, and he's up there at the bar. That classic bar. Which, by the way, they made a Funko Pop set of that bar with a whole League of Villains. I was so tempted to get it. But I already have a lot of the League in pop form already, so I was like, it'd be overkill. But it's really cool. So I'm glad that more of that bar shot in this. Shota Yamada, I'm sorry. I have to go. And he puts a warp gate right between Deku and All For One. I must protect Tomura Shigaraki. Damn it all. I knew it. I knew it no matter where, shouts Mike. You always reach out to those in need. And he's just crying. Wow, what the hell? All for one. Please give back. Tomura Shigaraki, he shouts. And oh. What is happening there? I can't really tell what's happening there. Is that like a arm disintegrating? Is this not Shigaraki? Is this Shirakumo saying this? Oh, like is just something like I don't what the heck? Oh, no, he's getting a flashback to when Spinner put the hand on him back in the hospital. And cutting to Deku, who's got his fist right in Kyogre's portal. And what the hell? What is happening with this portal? Is something disintegrating out of it? Because like Deku's hand is in it, and then on the other side of the portal is like shit is like flying out. Like his friends are waiting. Shouts Shirakumo. And Bakugo. What? Bakugo just jumps in and with his mouth attacks the warp gate. Whoa. That's random. Bakugo, by the way, his arm is still shattered. It looks like a limp, like dangling noodle. Very strange. Why is Bakugo, shouts Mike, go to the hospital? You gotta be kidding me. I came here using my explosions. And that's kind of a cool shot. You like see the smoke and stuff come out of his mouth. I only borrowed Todoroki's jump board, and it shows that Shoto made an ice ramp for him. Watch out or else I'll surpass you, Izuku. What? I'm so confused right now. That feels very sudden and random. I don't get that dialogue either. Watch out or I'll surpass you, Izuku. That's a strange comment in this climactic part right here with Deku bearing down an all for one. Okay. I'll pocket that. I want to talk about that more. That's very sudden and abrupt, but coming back to Deku attacking all for one. I'll never forgive you, all for one, says Deku. I don't think you're a monster beyond understanding. Stop it, shouts all for one. You're not even a demon king. He's just talking shit to him. Don't look at me. You're just a truly lowly man. Oh, he said it. He said it. That's so true. I love that. What the fuck? He's just up in all for one's girl, and he's just like, you're just a lonely piece of shit, man. And you have all for one, like, that's a degrading moment for him, because he's calling himself, I'm the demon king, blah, 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 blah. Deku's like, bitch, you're just a lonely ass man. Go fuck yourself. That's kind of cool. I like that. You're not even a demon king. Don't look at me, he shouts. You're just a truly lonely man as he goes for another... I think he goes for another punch. Okay, so that's all for one's arm. That's like going past Deku. I don't see where Deku's hand is right now. Oh, shit. We're cutting to... We're cutting to all for one in the Vestige World, I guess? Yeah, this looks like Vestige World. Kind of. So all for one, he's not in his rewound younger self state. He's back to Potato Face, and he has his like suit on. Yoichi. Dude, okay, that was I forgot to say my predictions at the beginning, but I'm pretty sure this like we're due to see what happened with like the vestiges. Like, there's no way. I'm glad Yoichi's here. I haven't like gone past this part, but like it made no sense that Yoichi didn't get any final words. That like we kind of got a goodbye from Nana and stuff, but like it's so strange that Banjo and everyone, they just left. Like it didn't really feel like an ending. So let's see what happens here. So all for one, he turns and he looks and he sees this glowing ball. Yoichi, he says, and then the ball starts talking. Okay, here we go. Midoriya-kun left a little before transferring. It seems he adjusted his power. Adjusted his power? The response from the embers woke me up. Very little of me remains. He really wants to complete One for All in the right way. What does it mean Midoriya left a little before transferring? What does that mean? It seems he adjusted the power. What? Some of the Okay, continuing. I'll talk about this in a little bit. Whatever is fine, shouts All for One. Anything, really. Don't go. Show me your face, as he has the little glowing yoichi in his hands. That's impossible. I'm disappearing. No! Oh, and All for One's face is rewinding. Or, like, not rewinding, but it's like it's showing his true face. No! You are mine. Show yourself to me. Do it now. Big brother, I wasn't able to guide you. This is what Midoriya-kun noticed. So now he's offering us one final salvation. No, I won't allow it. I love you. He straight up said, I love you. I mean, that's something that we've been speculating for a while, that, like, All for One truly did have, like, he truly did have feelings for his brother, but to hear him say it, wow. No, I won't allow it. I love you. I truly love you. I'm nothing without you, he shouts. Yoichi says, it's time for you to pay for the crime of using so many people for your own sake. And I'm not the only one. He woke up. There they are! There are the vestiges! They're coming out of the shadows right behind him! Holy shit! And there's Shigaraki! Everyone's here. Nana, Bruce, Shigaraki, everyone. Banjo. Holy shit. Wow. Dude, they're reaching out for him from the shadows. Holy shit. And everyone just combines to punch the shit out of All for One. Whoa. And then Deku and Shigaraki have like a fist bump. Okay. This chapter is fascinating for a lot of reasons. My mind's racing to a lot of possibilities right now. Okay. I'll finish and then I'll kind of talk about things I'm thinking right here. So they combine their punches and they basically, it looks like they blow up All-for-One. Like, all of them punch them together. And you see Shigaraki's hand is like decaying. Uh-oh. After Master swallowed me, I thought I was done for. You made sure that I wouldn't disappear, Grandma. And it's showing her, like, what's left of her? Kurogiri. I got my body back from Master, but I didn't manage to destroy anything. I'm a crying brat, just like you said. And then you see what's left of Shigaraki and Deku with this fist bump. I wasn't able to crush your hand. Deku says, I fought because I could not forgive what you've done. I wanted to stop you because you wanted to be stopped. I wanted to stop you because you wanted to be stopped? What? So your sadness wouldn't be passed on. Ha, says Shigaraki. Izuku Midoriya, if Spinner is still alive, tell him this. Tomura Shigaraki fought until the end to destroy. And then Deku responds, and you did it. The conclusion, the long-spanning fate has finally cleared? Break next week. Fuck. Okay. Let me drink real quick. Okay. So, okay, I can very quickly see why people had issues with the chapter, but I don't know if it's the same issues that I have with this chapter. First of all, very quick. Everything felt like it was on fast forward in this chapter. Wow. There's a lot of things that, first of all, before you guys go, and I know a lot of you will probably leave at this point because you just wanted to read my whole reaction. Before you guys go, I just want to say, really quick, I don't think, call me crazy, I don't think this is delusion on my part. I don't think this is it. There's no way that this was just, and I have a kind of theory forming in my mind right now. Because the last shot, it's a really good shot. It's Deku floating in the air after delivering the punch, and there's nothing in front of him. It's just a bunch of dust. All for one, the body is gone. So the shigaraki. Now there's two ways I'm thinking about this. One, that's actually it, and they're gone, and that's the last. This was the last battle. I mean, obviously this was the last battle, but like, all for one's gone. And I think if that's true, I think that's why a lot of people are upset, because this was a very short interaction between Shigaraki and Deku at the end. A very quick end to All for One in the grand scheme of like All for One saying goodbye to Yoichi and stuff. Very strange. And the vestiges. He says Nana saved him from vanishing, but we don't see that. I feel like that's an interaction worth seeing. Why did we not see that? And All for One at the end right here, just talking to the little scrap of Yoichi that's left, and he says I love him, and then he's just gone. Okay, I can understand. I totally understand why people are mad. This is a very strange chapter, and I almost feel like we're not getting the whole picture yet. And we have a break next week, which frickin' sucks. This is probably the worst cliffhanger I can remember. And it's just because I really feel like Horikoshi is pulling one on us. Kind of like he's done this in the past. He's like had very deceiving cliffhangers, Hogakure and like various other things. Something tells me we're not done with this. And this is not delirium talking. Everything about this was so Bakugo. Okay, there's a lot. I have some complaints about this chapter. I can only be honest. There's things that were really good about this chapter, things I did not like about this chapter. If you want to sit back and talk with me about this, I'm only at 23 minutes, so it's pretty short already for a reaction chapter. But okay, so Bakugo, this was so strange to me. I don't really think he needed to be here, to be honest. I don't see the point of throwing him in right here, right now. He just he jumps in and. Now, is this Kurogiri himself that's right here, or is it just a warp gate? Because my theory as to what actually happened hinges on that. Because I'll just straight up tell you guys, I think that because Kurogiri says I have to protect Shigaraki, I have to protect him, and he dives in, and I have a weird suspicion that he warped the body out. Well, actually, no, it's not really possible because the warp gate disappears, and you still see All for One coming at Deku. But it's so strange. Like, Deku punches the warp gate that is made, and there's like, his fist is halfway in, and out the other side is like dust and stuff. And he says his friends are waiting. This is such a. If I'm gonna straight up say it, my main criticism of this chapter, it feels very sloppily constructed. This is a rare side of me where I'm going to be very critical over a chapter. I'm usually very positive, but I need to be honest here. This was a very strangely constructed chapter. It felt very fast and kind of sloppy, and it's unfortunate that it involves such important series-defining stuff. Okay? Something is up. That can't be the whole Shirakumo plotline. There's no way they had all that heartfelt talk and stuff just for Shirakumo in the end to like get up and be like, hey, Aizawa, hey, Mike, yeah, I'm sorry, but I gotta protect Shigaraki. Goes in there, doesn't protect Shigaraki, and I'm not sure if he dies or not. I'm not sure if it's his real body that's up in there. It might be but like he didn't do anything. Like in the end, like he still tries to help the villain. But that's what makes me think like somehow he warped something of Shigaraki out. Like it's so strange. I don't get Shirakumo's aspect in this. Bakugo appearing out of nowhere and being like, I flew here using my quirk. I used Todoroki's ramp, and then just falls to the side. And the dialogue on Bakugo here, watch out or else I'll surpass you, Izuku. That seems out of place. The things I like, let me talk about some positives too. I'll throw some positives in here. I like Deku talking shit on All for One. And he says, I don't think you're a monster. That's beyond understanding. And then All for One's like, shut up. Like, you're not even a demon king. You're just a truly lonely man. I love it. It just degrades him so much. Like, that is a great interaction. The visuals are pretty good. Like the most of the panels I'm looking at are well drawn and whatnot. And then when All for One's like holding themselves together with the quirks, that's cool. I don't think we've seen everything. I think we need. It's gonna suck because we have the 2-week wait. I think people need to be patient because I think there's stuff that isn't told yet or was told poorly in this. That's my takeaway. There's no way that this was it. Someone brought this up, like they were counting down like everyone who's had an origin chapter and then everyone who's had a rising chapter. The only one who's had an origin chapter and not a rising chapter is Shigaraki. And I thought to myself, like, people were thinking like, oh, this would be like a Shigaraki or a Tomura or Tenko, whatever, rising chapter. But no. This part of me is like, this isn't it. And I'm worried because if this is it and I feel that way, that sucks. But I don't know. It's very strange. From what I've heard, people are very doom and gloom about this chapter, and other people really like this chapter. It's very polarizing. Like I said at the beginning, that's all I've heard. I didn't know any details, and I find myself. I don't want to say this because it's so cliche. I'm kind of on the fence. On one hand, I think it was like this chapter was very sloppy and very fast paced. Everything happened extremely fast. And I really don't think it should have been that way. But I also don't think this is it. This is weird, man. I'm so sorry. I know this chapter reaction probably kind of sucks. But like, this is my honest reaction. I don't All for One's goodbye to Yoichi, like in 2 pages or whatever. Very strange. That here's another thing. I wouldn't be surprised if this little fist bump, something was transferred to Deku. That was another thing I was kind of curious about when I should have said this earlier. I'm sure a lot of you guys have stopped watching at this point, but this fist bump, it's emphasizing there's a lot of blood in this moment. There's blood flying off of the fist bump. That's definitely intentional. I think that something was transferred to Deku. But, is it some sort of power so Deku can, remain with some sort of power? It's, again, there's a lot I really think just isn't shown in this chapter, and I think people need to be patient because there's a lot, there's things that set up possible other things, but those things could also just straight up be what they are, and that's it. And that's what's driving me crazy right now. And then, like, no, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced this is the end. Because, yeah, we see this might be the end of Tomura Shigaraki. But there's no way we just don't see the Tenko, the little boy trapped inside him again, I think we're being hoodwinked here. I think this was a play on Horikoshi's part to deceive and to make us and to pull our chain a little bit. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting from this. And I swear it's not me. I'm a very logical person when it comes to My Hero Academia. I kind of go by what I see on the page, not by my own fanfic or whatever I have going through my head of what I want to see. Because I feel that's the best way to predict and to analyze, is to really understand what's being shown, not what you want to be shown. I think this was the end of All for One, without question. I think he's dead. He's dead and gone, and that's why the bottom says the conclusion: the long-spanning fate is finally cleared. I do not think. Maybe Tenko still does die, but like, I don't know. Something's weird. Something weird about this chapter. I can't put my finger on it. This is the strangest chapter I think I've ever reacted to, given the stakes and given what happened and the manner of which it happened. Very strange. Again, sorry for my reactions. I sound like an idiot, like a monkey at the wheel of a car. Like this one needs to sink in for a little bit. No one. This is okay. I totally understand why people are supposedly fighting about this chapter, because it's very very weird. Okay, well, leave your guys' thoughts down below. This next 2 weeks is gonna freaking suck. I can tell you that much, because the fighting, and I can't wait to dive on in and just see what people's stances on this are. But yeah. If you guys like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I do these every week. I won't be able to say that too much longer. I think we're in the final. I don't think we are in the final stretch here. Probably another 10 chapters left of the series, roughly. So, until next time, it's been Mighty Gazelle, hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.